there, my name's Mason, welcome back to Roadcraft. So, I went back to Precipice, just let it run in the background, or let it run, and we now have all of the resources available at that location, pretty much. Not completely all of it, but most of it. We still can go around and pick up some of the concrete slabs stored in our warehouse base, or whatever, but that's not important. The reason we did that is because we should be able to move resources from map to map to map to map to help us get going in the further ones. Now, that was basically the tutorial. Now we're going to move on to Aftermath, which is going to give us new vehicles, new tasks, and tell us how to go about traversing the world and transporting more resources around it to solve the story missions. Now, the farther into the story we go, the more complex the missions go, and the slower we have to proceed. Just because if you go too fast, well, the risks in falling over, or failing, or rolling your vehicle is higher. So we've not met any goals here. We have no resources collected, nothing yet. So this one, the ridge is mostly flooded after the storm, with notable destruction around the main routes and facilities. The core objective is mitigation of immediate danger caused by flooding both in the industrial area and the civilian sector. Okay? So bridges out, roads out, locations flooded, and I think that might be it. We'll start with our default one. I think power comes in the next section. This one should just be, I think, bridges and roads is what they're going to teach us to make. Excuse me. It's a cold day today. It was 90 something yesterday. Now it's in the in the mid 40s, which is always great. Operation Aftermath. Oh, it's the same map, I think, isn't it? I don't remember. It looks like it. They have a nuclear power plant? You saw that, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's the same map. Okay, gotcha. Aha, but our little vehicle survived. Yeah.
Looks like our hard work paid off. The storm's passed and the town's still standing. Still, we better check for damage. I've marked your destination at the harbor.
Did you... Oh, you didn't... Oh. You didn't remove the path. So we went over here. Yes, I went over here as well to uncover this. Just because I saw the road, I was like, where the hell does this road go? So it goes up. Oh, we're replacing pipes. So is this the recycle one? So we have to recycle. It's going to teach us to recycle. And no, that bridge looks intact. Okay. So it's probably recycling and bridges. Maybe not roads this time. No. That's probably going to be a bridge there we got to build. Alright, cool. Oh, and it blocks off. Nope, there it is. The fog of war. Alright, so what's the fast... Where do they want us to go? Well, we have to go down south. Okay. So just follow the main road. Now, the question is... Did they leave the gates open for us? Also, I leave all-wheel drive on because it's just... I find it better. Fuck your gate. Oh, that's right. We now have debris in the way. Alright, so... Debris we can actually push and pull out of the way with our vehicles, depending on what we have. Some vehicles are better than others at this. What I would recommend is, if you can, to use a crane truck like we were using last time to move the pieces around, or something that's strong enough to pull objects, because if we try to pull it with our little truck, it's not going to do much. So for example, if we were to try to move this, in reality we should be more than capable to do this. Palm trees are mostly, what's what I'm looking for? Water? Oh, it's attaching to rocks. Alright. So we should be technically allowed to move it, but we're not going to. So we can use heavier machinery to push and pull stuff out of the way. We will also gain the ability later to cut stuff down. Water's not too deep. We're fine. So we can cut trees down, but telephone poles and some other stuff cannot be cut down. Mostly, what can be cut down is inconsequential objects, like the dead branches, stuff like that. Now, certain what's the word I'm looking for? Certain signs can also be removed, but not everything. So here you can already see that the difficulty is going up, or has gone up, excuse me. It's like this has just been washed out. That's a very steep drop there. Turn all low gear on. And I don't know who drove through this, but apparently somebody did. Ah, see, we fell for that trap right there. It was actually better to probably go straight through it than go around it like we did. But it's more important that we just get to the objective so we can find out what they want from us. So let's see, what do you actually want us to go for? Oh. So going to the left side potentially could be better if we could get enough speed. Now, a large amount of these maps you can remove the challenge from them if you have enough time. That is, if you're willing to spend enough time doing it. By just filling in all these little holes with sand. That's the old power plant, or old factory. So you can level out pretty much the entire roads infrastructure and just have a nice smooth drive through most of the world if you're willing to spend the hours required to fill it in and level it out with the sand mechanic. More than is required, I should say, because filling stuff in with the sand mechanic isn't terrible. It's just very, very time consuming. Alright, which side do they want us to go on? Let's try the right side. Beautiful. Oh, hang on, that was a little trap. No. Okay. Oops, come on. You hit one little bump and the vehicle flies all over the spot. Beautiful. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, we need to go left. Let's try and skirt the side of it. Could have gone slightly around it on that road, but not really.
At least this bridge is still in one piece. We had to move our operations before the storm. We needed to get to that harbor, so it had to be lowered. I was a bit worried about it, storm and all.
Which if I remember right, we need to go to the right. I don't recall which way. I think they have to go around both directions eventually. Oh yeah, the fucking. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna detach it. We'll have to come back and move these with something else. Because I remember this section now. There's these rocks, and there's this rock, and this is a giant mud trap. Then it should be washed out up here, if I remember right. Yes, it is. Whoa. Weird, sharp right turn. Now, washout like this, you can't do anything with. You have to build around it. I guess it's not a washout, it's more of a landslide. So we have to come down here if we want to use this route. And it's not terrible, it's just not efficient for the heavy vehicles. Boat. And then to right this dip here, the trucks get stuck in. Occasionally. Vastly. Okay.
You might have noticed, we've deployed some additional support. Supplies, vehicles, that kind of thing. But you'll need to jump in the crane and move all those containers out of the way first. And then you'll need to check the road from the harbor base to the transit point and clear out any hazards. Once that's done, you can plot a route for our vehicles.
Yes. So we have to use what? Oh, turn the differential off so we can actually turn. So we have to do what we did last time, is build a route and make sure the vehicles can go through the route. So that's this. Oh, there's the hook. There. Boom, baby. So we need to move 3 here and potentially 1 more just out of the way. Now, from what I recall, it doesn't matter where you move them, just as long as they're not in the way. So what is the way? Basically we're going to use this little path here as a runway for our vehicles and our basically everything else that comes along. Nope, that's this. Trolley movements left. Okay. That's as high as it goes. And that is... Oh, rope length, no. Okay, you can actually come over. That's good to know. Zoom in. Okay. One sec. So I want to try and get these out of the way completely. So we're just going to throw them up over here if we can. All the way out. Lower. No, it doesn't matter where we, if it's horizontal or vertical right now. Oh, by the way. Let's do it all the way to this side. Technically, we shouldn't be dropping it like that, but it doesn't matter that much. Next one. Oop. Rotate it more so it goes through the gap. Oh, just enough space for that one. Beautiful. And we have enough maneuverability for this crane to actually move through. That's another important thing. We don't have... I think we have to use this crane for something else after this. So we need to make sure that it can slide back and forth. Beautiful. All right. Get rid of that shit. All right. That's good. There's our new base. we have a sand quarry. And it's going to teach us about using the... Oh, we can build a bridge here. Yeah, it's going to teach us about using the sand mechanic. So as you go through, you can see there's all these little hazardous sections that we should or need to use sand to kind of fill in. Sand is an unlimited resource, so you don't have to worry about not... what's the word I'm looking for? Running out of it. Whereas there are different ones. This is a... What is this? It's a loading cargo truck, right? So you can use as much of the sand as you want. You just have to be in a refill area. What does that mean? There's certain areas on the map that you can get resources from, specifically the sand. You just have to be within the specific area, and you can have all the sand you want in your vehicle. Can we go through this? We can't go through this gravel section, this parking lot. Once we get through here, I think we have to backtrack slightly. These small branches are, you don't have to worry about them. Your vehicles will destroy them. So it's fairly inconsequential. There it is. The workhorse of this game. It's impassable, so we need to use the nearby dump truck. The rain is purely cosmetic at this point. All the damage that's been done to this map is already done, so we don't really have to worry about it affecting what's going on. So here's our truck. Yes, if it's damaged part of the roads, we can send a convoy north. This truck is very, very powerful. It's also very, very heavy. And if we go to our map now, we can go to map layers. We see there's a sand quarry. As long as we're in this section of sand, or in this area, we can refill the truck anywhere in here. So we can go right here to this edge, and we can hit refill vehicle, and it'll refill it automatically. We don't have to wait, or excuse me, we have to drive back all the way down here to refill it. Thank God. If we had to come back to the sand quarry here every time, it would make this game almost unplayable. Turn your differential off. Now, if we flip this vehicle, guess what happens to the sand? It pours out. So you want to make sure you are paying attention to what you're doing. Alright, so we have a couple options. One, we can try and drive through it and pour sand, or we can try and back into it and pour sand. Depending on the situation, you may want to do one or the other. Some stuff you can just drive through and pour sand in it. Other ones you want to back into it. We're going to back into this one. We have low gear on. Turn on differential lock. Now we also, if you notice, the truck is not level. That means whatever we pour is not going to be level. So we want to try and... I am driving the wrong way. Okay. looks a little bit better. So here we go. Back up a little bit more. So this is very risky what I'm doing here. But the big thing is we just want to get enough of a view. So that we can pour. There we go. So with sand, you can just hit, well, this vehicle you can hit just open or close, or you can do it manually. I try to do it manually because it just seems to work a little bit better. Yeah, so we're in here. You see we can hit just down and we refill with sand. This is very, very useful. Come on. Oh, the parking brake's on, that's why we're not moving that fast. So, parking brake. Tipper, close it. It has to be closed, otherwise you cannot refill sand. And it's very important that if you can refill the sand before you try and pour stuff. Here. And what I'm doing now is, besides getting stuck slightly, is trying to don't worry, this truck is very difficult to get stuck on its own sand. It's just trying to fill in the little gaps. Because when we get our dozer here to flatten it out, we're going to see that the dozer, it's not the smoothest thing in the world, but what it does well. So our dozer should be relatively nearby. That looks like we have pretty good there. So we got a finer dozer, should be, oh, it's in the storage, beautiful. Yeah, got it. So these are the free ones. The free ones, they get the job done. They're not great, but they get it done. Now shop, we can buy stuff as long as we have the rank. So the rank is denoted by the number of stars you've done, excuse me. And then you just have to have the money for it. So like this cargo truck is a better version of the one that we have. Now, this one, does it have a crane? No, this is purely a hauling one. This is just another hauling one. This is the better version of the one that we have. You can see that it has a cargo bed, capabilities, all that stuff. This one carries 16 tons. It's a 4-wheeler. It can carry good mobility, good stability. This one's a 6-wheeler. So it has slightly better stability. It's also heavier, but it lacks the mobility. So this one's good for carrying more objects. Better dump truck. Very tempting, honestly. We can buy a better dozer. Mobile crane. Scout, that's DLC stuff. We don't have that one. Now, isn't there a... Or do we not have it yet? We probably don't have access to it yet. Where? There it is. The Mule Trailblazer. It has a crane on it. That is what we want. Because it combines the transportation ones like this, the Mule, but it puts a crane on it. So you can just grab stuff and throw it into your wonderful little into your truck, and you don't have to worry about running out of or having to go grab something else and bring it here. This dump truck I'm actually kind of tempted to take. What are you? 10 tons, 3324. 3324. Yeah, you can see that it's not that great. Can I get details? Same tonnage, less mobility, less capability, so it's just not as good as what we have. But it'll still get the job done. Now for the shop, the next one, we need 9 stars, so it's going to be a while before we get to that. So we're going to make an executive decision here. We're going to take you. It's a better dump truck, and it's just better at getting around. Do I want to waste the money this early on? I mean, just getting them. Oh, it has the same amount of. I wish I could see the next one down. Actually, do I have that DLC? Hang on. So far, it's been telling me no. It's locked behind DLC content. The Minuteman there. So it says DLC content locked. So that means I have access to this. But it's just not available yet. Okay, you know what? We're not gonna buy it. We're gonna hang off. What are you telling me to go to the shop for, game? Oh, or is it just a shop, hey, you can buy stuff now type thing? Alright, garage. Go to all. Get our dozer. Not soon. We will eventually need to, or want to, replace a large amount of your free vehicles. Simply because they are slow, they lack the ability to get around effectively, and they don't do as good a job as the ones you actually pay for. So we're going to make a temporary road using sand. Now, I don't remember if... Hang on, is it going to... Oh, our truck keeps driving, I forgot. Now, do our codex. Building roads, yes. Gotta flatten it. We can pave hot sand. Yeah, you need to pave it, have it leveled, then you can put sand on it. asphalt roller to finish it. I don't know if the sand will actually degrade. I don't think it does. Remember, this vehicle turns, the pivot point is the center of the vehicle, so you can flip it over very easily. And I constantly flip this SOB. Just making a turn slightly too fast, and it just doesn't work well. Right, so yeah, I thank you. So here, back up, forward. We're going to switch control mode, change mode. Now to manual. We're not going to destroy the asphalt. We're going to go to flattening. So it's going to put it at whatever the current level that we're at, or what the current level the vehicle is at. And it's going to try and flatten what's around us to that. So you want to go slow and steady. If you try and go too fast, you end up with weird bumps in your road. Now we're probably going to end up with a dip right here because we don't have enough sand. No, we actually, beautiful. That is, wow, that's surprising. So you can see that it's not completely level, but it'll work for what we want it to do. Now, you do have to be careful with doing the setting routes, and you have to make sure that the vehicles drive on the route that you want them to and what you've made to fix. So we want to make sure that we have them follow the tracks that we put in, because if we're too far off one side or the other one, there's going to be a slope there, and these wonderful vehicles will fall off it. Once you have it paved, you have to worry about that less. So I should have just parked this the other way, but we're already in on it, so there's no point in backtracking too much. So we're going to do the exact same thing we just did. The big difference is here is that it's all kinds of not nice because of a little bit of washout. And if you notice on the map, we're out of the sand quarry, meaning we have to go up. That's also why I parked this vehicle here, because I now know that if we go up to that one, we can refill our sand. Let's see if we can get a straighter route. Now you don't have to do this with all these little pits, just enough of them so that the convoys can make their way through. So left. Still have a little bit of sand left. Let's back up. Now that should be enough, I think. Let's try it actually. Normally you wouldn't really want to try it halfway through. You want to make sure you have more than enough sand, but also it doesn't really matter too much at this point. So we're going to try to get it straight where we left off. Alright, then we go to change mode, to flattening with sand. And we want to go slow enough to not cause any major bumps within the sand. Beautiful. Now we made progress to here. And you can see there's all of these concrete slabs here, which is beautiful. And we'll probably need to grab them for... Nope, go forward. But we're not actually trying to go forward, we're just trying to keep the thing quiet. Okay, I think we should be able to send the vehicles over. We gotta get it to here, I think is what they wanted, right? Track, open. So we gotta send it here, along this route. Alright, so let's grab you. We need to move you out of the way. Because if I remember, we need to then send a route through here. And it's just teaching us basically to pick and choose what we need to fill in and what our trucks are capable of doing. So we can go to the right or to the left. But you can see this is all very, very destroyed on this side. So that's going to be a lot of dump truck loads. So if we go to vehicles, our sand once again, it's only here. So trying to fill this up and go fill this in with sand is going to take drastic amounts of time. So it will be faster to fill in this route. So we're just going to drag you. Turn off differential lock. Oh, turn parking brake off. We're going to do a 16-point turn real quick. Probably should check and make sure the vehicles can do this. So we'll park this bad boy up behind the dozer here. It doesn't really look like there's anything in the way. Park and brake. Let's do the objective. Objective, please. Open. Set that to go. So we gotta go from view. Start plotting. Remember, we don't want to do very steep options. Okay, so we have to get this to turn. And it's up to you where you want it to turn it at. This is also why we cleared out all the crates and put them where we did. So we'll do this. Delete this point. I'll try to get them to go like this. That's a fairly steep angle there, but we'll see if it makes it. Let's go up. We can go around. About there-ish. We also have to remember what this terrain was like when we drove it. So shouldn't have any real issues getting through here. It's very safe. So we're gonna go. I found the pathing works best on these if you do a long stretch straight over them and don't try and micromanage them. But like something like this, we can see that it's not going to line up perfectly how we want it, so we're going to drop a point before it, go over it, drop another one there, drop one here, and you can use these also as kind of scouting vehicles, where you set them to go down a particular path and they'll see what's going on. Because there's no point in you wasting time trying to do sending a vehicle out to go do something and just having it going to fix something that a vehicle can normally do. So there's no point in us spending sand and effort having a like leveling out this here when the vehicles can make it. We're better off spending our time filling in something like this one, just because it's better. It's got a steeper route, so where's the lead truck? Let's spectate you. Let's see if you can make it. Now we just gotta watch out and make sure we don't hit our other trucks. Now, I've done the first 4 levels, I want to say. This one and the 2 after it. But it's more of a slowly building. One will have you do power, where we actually have to run power lines. Well, under the ground power. Oh, let's see, is it going to make it over our... Yes, it is. Beautiful. And another one's going to have you build... I don't remember the other one does. I know one does power, the other one does something else as well. Perfect. Now, there's a chance that there's going to be a section that's too steep up ahead. So we may have to move it to the left, to the right. Oh, I hit a branch? Okay. That's weird. But it destroyed it, so that's fine. Oh, hopefully there's no... No, we should be good. Fuck your foliage. Ah! Beautiful. Objective 2? 3? Done? Hell yeah. It's objective 3. Alright,
Good job there. We need a base of operations on the other side of the river. And that means we need a bridge. I don't suppose you've built a bridge before, right? Well, there's a first for everything. Oh, and if you want a steady supply of concrete slabs, I have just the thing. You can send a concrete slab convoy from the warehouse to the harbor base. Not essential, but it should keep our reserves up.
Okay, so we could send one from where to where? Oh, from the warehouse to the harbor base. That's why I remember fixing this road up. Okay. That's actually very interesting that I remember how that. There's sections of this that I remember fairly well, and other ones where it's like, what? So the side quest, we can send a convoy. We're gonna do that, but I think first we're gonna track you. We laid the foundation, but we still have much more ground to cover. Help us find a way across the water and set up a new base of operations at the foot of the mountains. It's quite possible that we'll have to build a bridge. All right. So, how? I have to reach that location. I think we have to drive infrastructure. Nope, switch. Track you. Open. Yes, I know about you. Go back. Main ones. Track. Open. I need to reach that one. Yes, but I need to make a bridge. Grab our little. Actually. Let's see if it'll trigger with this. So we need to build a bridge. Bridges. There we go. So bridges. There's a few things you need to be careful with. There's multiple types of bridges that we'll gain access to. They are not the best at doing. Sometimes you may want to just redraw the bridge multiple times to see what is available. What is this? That's sand. A sand quarry right here. That'll speed things up going this way slightly. Infrastructure. Beautiful. Woods everywhere. Okay, so to do this, we open you. And we select the point of where we want to start. Let's add you here. Is that... No, that's not straight. This is the hard part about trying to do this. Is that it's all based on your camera's relative position. Sometimes it's better to start at the end and go forward. So... Also... Okay, it looks like it starts in this. Okay, that's gonna be... We're not gonna put it like this. The main reason is I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a drop between the world and our bridge, so we're gonna build it again. We're gonna try it from here. No, over a little bit. I'm trying to make it as straight as possible. God damn it. That looks a little bit better. It's still 7 concrete slabs, that's fine. So we just need to get 7 of them here. If you look around, guess what? There's tons of them. So we don't need to really worry about that. What we need to do is to get our crane truck here to drop them off, basically. So we need to move our wonderful vehicle here out of the way. And make sure we don't block the road. So we're just going to back it up over here. Get the brake on. Now we need to get our crane truck. The crane truck is inside our base. They want us to park the vehicle here, then drag it out of our infrastructure and out of our resource base, our resource storehouse, but we're not going to do that because there's plenty out by it, and there's no point in us up. Typically when you hear them speaking on the little, they're Simlish basically, that means they're nearby you. There's a convoy nearby you, so you don't want to be too much of an idiot. Now this is where having the truck that has the crane and a bed will come in handy. Because you can just load your stuff up and just mosey on. Now we should be able to just drag these slabs where we need them to go. We don't have to stack them or anything of that nature. Now we can run the flattening mechanic, or the flattening ability of the dozer multiple times if we want over the sand, and it'll just spread it out even more. The downside to doing that is that you can eventually just destroy all your sand. I'm not sure. Let's do it like this. Anchors down. Alright. Oh, hang on, we gotta go vertical. You can see that it's already trying to attach. That's beautiful. Drag the rope length in. Oh, that's the wrong button. I wanted to take the rope in. Beautiful. And now we can just repeat this process essentially, and swing it this way a little bit. Attach load. Up on one. Attach. You gotta remember to switch between your fingers. Beautiful. Nice, quick and easy. drop. Changing the attached way, the attachment mode can be helpful if you're trying to get to drag a specific section or pivot point. But I find it to be not very useful for a lot of what the game asks you to do. It can be very situational. Alright, so we need 2 more. Beautiful. Yes, I would consider this cheating, but and our bridge is now done. Beautiful. So let's full crane, remove the anchors. And since we're already in this vehicle, and we know we're not going to need it right now over here, we're just going to drive it forward.
Your first bridge. That should weather any storm. Remember, our job isn't just to fix what's broken. It's to make life better for folks around here.
Alright, so park here. At a cost. I forget what this does. Recall module. At a cost. What does that do? The field service vehicle. Oh, I think it acts as a respawn point. Yeah, we're not doing that. As kind of cool as that is, I don't think it's worth it, to be honest with you. Alright, let's check our infrastructure real quick. Alright, so we still have plenty going on. We need to... Oh! So what we can do here is we should be able to have, if we move our, not our bulldozer, our dump truck here, we can actually have it automated, so it'll pour, so the game will pour our road for us, and it'll do it to the specifications that the game wants. Let's do this. And this. I just want to try and get this pipe out of the way. Oh, okay, I thought I was way farther to the right of it. Come on. That's much better. Could I have put the anchors down, picked it up, and moved it? Yes. But where's the fun in that? Parking brake on. Stopped. Let's grab our dump truck. Are they coming? Good. We might need to move this one here. The that slab. I think it is potentially possible to fill in an entire section of water with this, with sand, but it also seems like a very bad idea just because of how long it's going to take. So we should be able to bring this in here. Stop. We're going to open the road construction request. We're going to select the route. And you see that the truck is now starting to do it by itself. And thanks, game, for putting that giant help screen on it. It's going to spread it all the way that it can, and it's done. Where are you? You are here. Focus on vehicle. Right, now that it's done, it's going to park it because the game no longer needs it, and that's our first part done. The next section we need to get is our bulldozer, and we can repeat the same process. We do not have to watch them as they work. As long as you have the vehicles in the area, you can set them all to just get this done. Now the game AI doing this will do it substantially better than you will initially. Later on, you may want to have full control over what you're doing and do these roads yourself, but for the most part, you're better off letting the game do it for you. Because the game will do it almost perfect. Or perfect. I say almost perfect because there'll be slight issues, but nothing too crazy. Stop. Open road construction menu. We're going to select the route and let the vehicle go. Beautiful. So that's now done. And we now need to pave this road. The issue with this now is, if I remember correctly, this is now technically in the way. We need to get an asphalt paver. Now, the question I have is, that's not what I wanted. I want the garage. Do we have an asphalt paver? We do not. Now here's the question, do I have to borrow one? Because we also need a roller. The bunker. No, we don't have anything yet, okay. So that means it'll give us one probably when we reach that location. Alright, so I went and I cleared out some of these pits of rocks that were going from the warehouse to here, and I didn't have to pour any sand. We just kind of skirted the issue over here, Went up this way, around that, and just boom all the way through. The only issue that really happened is over here where the two paths connect, that they kind of were being annoying. Well, they were kind of being stupid because they ran into each other and caused all sorts of shit. What? Hang on. What is this stupid... Can I... Nope, that's the wrong one. Can I cancel this route or pause this route? Fuck off. Stop putting me on that one. So you're telling me... This is fucking... This is annoying. Okay. So it's telling me I only have one that's currently operational, except I have... Open. There it is. Cancel. Fucking stop. The reason we're stopping this is so it doesn't interfere with this other one, with this route. Okay, that's done. It's not going to help us long term. It's just giving us resources, and we want the XP for it. Now, we don't need you here anymore. So what we need to do is go to the garage, and then we're going to hit retain. That brings it back to the garage, and it's there now. But what we're going to do is see what's over here, because we do not have access to the paving yet. Also, I want to make sure you're closed. Oh, good. It didn't look like it was closed. That's why we made sure it was. So normally I would have the scout vehicle do this, but we have what we have right now. Oop. Overcorrected. And there may be another bridge, or a bridge, or road we have to fix. No, not here. Maybe another location we might be at. This is our second base? Yes. Aha. Our building needs. Yes, these two you'll use side by side pretty much. You won't really ever use one.
That town you just passed through is on Bala. It's the industrial heart of the region, so it's vital we get it pumping again. And that means delivering lots of supplies. You'll need to build a road and then plan a route between Anbala and the transit point. Ah, and there's a nearby village on the harbor that could use your help, if you have the time. Strictly, we're not required, but I think you like to help folks out. Panamar is in sore need of supplies, so you could plot a route to it from the transit point. I'm sure the folks there would appreciate it.
Yes. Alright, so this is our vehicle moving truck. We're going to use it to move those two. Probably all-wheel drive on first, because those two vehicles move very, very slowly, and a lot of times it's faster to load it up than it is to try and drive them anywhere you want. We need this one first. I think we can only have one at a time. Oh, that's the wrong. What the hell am I doing? Back up again. Pull straight. Parking brake. Ramp down. Switch to you. Yeah, I got it. Parking brake off. Low gear on. Okay, there's actions. We can't activate it because it doesn't matter. We're not going to try to get on this thing. Low gear off. Yeah, we can only fit one on this at a time. Alright. Parking brake. Enter you. Strap cargo. Even though it doesn't matter. Oh, we can also use this to transport a large amount of, a good amount of resources, but if we're going to waste time putting resources on this, we might as well just put it on a few other trucks as well. Now this vehicle can also act as a recovery vehicle, meaning we can put it out there to kind of pull other vehicles out of the mud and transport them when we need them, but we're not really going to be using it for that. The reason being is there's very little reason to do that, because you can just get a crane truck out there, or a crane and just yank it out of the mud or wherever it happens to be at. Right then, let's drop cargo. Enter the secondary one. Nope, that's this truck still. Zoom in. Enter this one. Parking brake off. We're going to do this. We're going to hit A. We're going to select route. There we go. Alright, it's going on its own. And we're going to just pop into this. Got it. Parking brake off. Now this one actually moves faster than the asphalt one, which is why we took the asphalt one. Plus, we can have the asphalt one working while we're driving this one over. Oh, we can actually choose if we want to start rolling asphalt. That's interesting. Right now this is faster than driving the truck back, loading it up, strapping it down, and driving back down. It's a little bit faster. But if we were playing with multiplayer, we'd have so much fun, so much faster. But we're solo right now, so. Now because we went and had our paver start from this side, it's going to finish up over by the bridge. So if we want to, how do I put this? If we want to move it anywhere else, we have to go pick it up from the other side of the bridge. Alright, it's done. Because the zone is now reactivated. Now we have fresh asphalt laid down. We need to then smooth it out with this one. If we drive on the asphalt now, it will ruin the asphalt. So we want to make sure we get this in there, and tell it to basically, hey, we want you here, move around, do whatever you need to do. Get inside. Open construction. Move it around. Select route. Bingo bongo. Okay. That's good. Now, what are our side objectives? Bring help to Panama. Infrastructure routes to the harbor. Oh. From the transit point all the way down to here. So we'll need to come through here, push these vehicles out of the way, and fill up the gaps here with sand. Now, there's two ways to deal with this section here. One is to try and cheese it by going up and over this terrain here, which you can do. I think you have to put some sand like here or here, but it's completely doable. The other way is just to fill in this spot here with sand, and then it's just kind of smooths it out a bit. It's horses for courses, whichever way you want to do it. I think it takes about the same amount of time. What else do we have for objectives? Main, establish a supply route. Got it. Can you take me to it? Oh, we did it already. All right. Roll ass. Really? Start construction. Select route. There we go. I don't know why it only did this one little section here. Sometimes if you have multiple vehicles in the entrance or exit, it gets confused, but it shouldn't be. Oh. It just bugged the fuck out. Gotcha. Oh, we got the meal 1 given to us. Fantastic. Okay, remove completed requests. We built the road. Current requests. Plot a route there. That's going. So this one we need to do. Oh. Where's that? Oh. There's so much more we can do. That looks like we're about 3/4 of the way done too. Okay. That's our vehicle. Substation without power. Well, since we have all our equipment here, we can just build another road. It's a garage. We're gonna. Nope, I didn't want. You gotta move it out of the way so it can spawn. Hang on. There we go. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but it's fine. We'll take it. Bring this down. If we have to pour sand, we have to flatten it out. So we'll just drop this off by the track and trailer we got down here. Really? Shopping cart? Push that in the way. There we go. Ah, look at that smooth road. It's beautiful. Up. Careful. Jesus Christ, how quick it is to punish you for overcorrecting. Which is good. It teaches you patience. Okay, so the roads. No, these are just fucking more carts. Park you here. We cannot do anything with this one right now because we need to pour sand. Enter. Just back our ass up real quick. typically I don't try to build roads unless we really have to. Generally because they take so much time to make. Push you out of the way. It's one of the good things about driving a heavy vehicle is that you can just really force things out of your way. Really? Oh, because it's one stuck under the front tires. Those should be flattened, but whatever. Let's drag you off to the side. Right. Road construction. Move it off. Reselect the route. The truck's going. Interior. So you can see it's not the fastest, but it's also not terribly slow. Now I think if we take the rolling machine, we can actually roll off the sides of these and make it a bit smoother, but there's really no reason to do that. We're just driving this down here because it's going to be faster to do this than it is to move the truck at this point. And at this point we might actually bring the truck back to get on the rolling machine. There we go, straight up. Forward, brake, wonderful. Interior U, strap cargo, ramp up. Drive off, turn the rear differential on. Now because the paver is off center, so is our center of gravity, so the vehicle. Our current truck is going to lean towards the left. Right, so we forward this stuff, that's great. Go forward. Brake. Strap, ramp down. Enter U. Move that. Don't flip it over here. It's a long way to get this back. Stop you. You. Open road construction. Move it off. Select path. It's working. Beautiful. Don't hit me. That works, we'll go get the other one. I think we should actually be able to fit through here. X. Drive on, drive off. Brake, ramp down, let it do that. Jerk off. Let's see if we can get on without flipping. Beautiful. All the way forward. Brake. Lovely. Strap cargo. Ramp up. Parking brake off. Rear differential off. they should be done flattening out that road too. Yes, it looks like it. Or the sand, I should say. Stop. Brake. Ramp down. Strap cargo. Let's unload this one. Get it off the truck. And I'm just going to park it in this zone. Lock it. That's there. Now we need to move these out of this spot. The reason we're moving it out of this spot is so that we have plenty of space for the other vehicles to go. We could, what is it, reclaim, reserve this, or whatever it is? Retain, that's it. Retain it if we really wanted to, but there's kind of no point in that right now because we may need it for this section over here. So we need to bring blue rubble over to this one to get it to work. But I think we'll get this working first, this route, so that we can just get it running and have that done. May backtrack back and forth. It depends on what vehicles we actually need for it, so you don't answer, move off, reselect it, let you go. Okay, so that's in the way. Break off. Activate marching. Just need to do just to get it off the road. Slowly. You don't want to go too low, otherwise we're going to destroy the road. Just want to push this off the road. There we go. Beautiful. Then we're going to take this and go up here and see what's going on with the steel pipe factory. Let's have you smooth this out. Okay. Come here, you. Marching. Don't make me actually have to pull these open. Because you know what? I'm not going to pull them open. I'm just going to fucking barge them. Oh, can I? Hang on. Not the correct way to do it, but we did it.
Better days, hasn't it? You could say that about most things around here.
Okay. Question now is, got 2 more remaining on that. Transit to Alabama. Oh. Well, that's drastically easy. We already have that done, basically. Let's start plotting. Let's go. Just basically reversed this plot. This is supposed to be difficult if you have multiple vehicles going on the same roads, but since we're not, we can just kind of cheese this a little bit. Alright, this is where we have to be careful because of the concrete slab that's there. This is one of the reasons why we paved this road. Canonically, it's so that we can... Oh, we gotta go all the way over there. So that we can help the people. But in reality, it's so that we can get this easier. Dispatch vehicles. You go ahead and do that. Here's the question, where do I bring the rubble to? Because typically there's a very specific spot where you can drop the rubble off at. Now it may be higher up. Let's check higher up. Now not everything counts as rubble, but it can be recycled. Come on. Okay, maybe we can't do anything with this one yet. Sure. Well, that's done, that's paved. This route hasn't been successfully traversed yet, but it's going to be here. Here comes the first convoy. That should have no issue. The hard part was getting the road built. Beautiful. Let them be confused and they pull in and... I think all 3 trucks have to make it for it to count as a successful route. Nope, just one, far enough. Okay.
Oh, jeez. Not bad at all. I might need to raise my standards so I don't get impressed so easily every time. Next on our agenda is the gas power plant and the steel pipes facility.
So we're at the steel pipes facility. I just have to get here. Yep, so we're already here. Find a way. Clear the area of objects. Okay. Well, I'm glad we brought this. Now, if I remember, we can destroy these. Not destroy it. Use these pieces here to recycle. Recycle them for the steel that we're going to need. You can turn broken pipes into new pipes. Let's change mode. Flattening. Now we can come back this way if we ever need to, or if we need to send a convoy. Cone. Those cones are made of freaking unobtainium or something. So I got ahead of ourselves. We had to help the people of Panama? Where are we? North Africa?
Facility needs major repairs. And by major, I mean more than you and I can handle in a few minutes. Set up a route from Mbala to the steel pipes facility. Our people will take care of the rest.
That's why we paved the road. Alright. Gotcha. So, you. Parking brake off. Let's get you out of the way. Doesn't matter where we park it now. I just don't want to throw it back in the storage. If it's faster to leave it where it's at. That's good. Comes here. So the game wants its him to going this way. But I think that's a bad idea. Track. Open. Plotter out, okay. Oh, we're going from this one. Ew. Okay, well in that case we gotta move you out of the way. Break off. Actually, can I just return you to the garage? Because I'm never gonna use you. That's shop. Go to garage. Retain. Get out of the way. Beautiful. Okay. You. Open. Start plotting. Clear route. I don't know why it's sending something all the way over there, but alright. Here. So this road is not straight, that's fine. That's part of the reason why we cleared all this. Where's the... There's the target zone. About there. Looks like it's gonna be straight run, maybe? Yes. There. let's see if this can actually make it. Push that shit out of the way. Luckily the rain just magically stopped. Shouldn't fail at all. Especially since we cleared the way for me. This might be... No, it shouldn't be too steep. It's paved. Uh-oh. Oh no. Really? Okay, that's too tight for them. That's disappointing that they're hitting that right. They're hitting that like that. Isn't there supposed to be 3 trucks? No, only 2? Okay. Beautiful. So we completed that. And it's up and working again. Recycling facilities. They're found all over the place. We need to bring specific colored, or what it glows, to that specific area. So for pipes, it needs to be the lavenderish color, the purplish blue. And as you can see at the top right, I think we can turn this stuff into, or the blue stuff into either beams or pipes, depending on where we drop it off. Open that. 7 remaining rewards. Okay. Oh, this one we haven't started yet. This one's operational. And it's... yeah, it's going. Okay. It should be. Oh, there's a truck. Okay, so it is going. They're just confused at the end. Oh, no, that's the last one. Right? Or do we have one more? Oh, well, okay, you're stuck there. Of course you're fucking stuck. Yeah, I know, you got fucking edited. Can I don't want to fucking... No, we're just going to leave it until it says that it failed. Get to the gas power plants. Transit point, okay. So we need to get steel to this. So you now see that stuff glows. That means we can drag it to where we need it to be. Or push it. this big piece counts as. That means we had a wheel off the ground, that's why. It was acting weird. I think we go straight ahead with this. Yeah, it's just the recycle. I couldn't see the round symbols. That give me any pipes to take out? Let's see. One. Really? That gave me one for that giant piece of... Okay, that's kind of annoying, but okay, sure. So we get the power plant, which is this one. I think it's time to relocate our quick and easy little truck. You're operational. Going to cancel because we received all the rewards and we no longer need you driving around. Okay, so our little Jeep is down here. Well, basically it's a Jeep, but we don't need that. What we need it over here. So nope. We're going to retain it. Actually, wait, objective is the gas power plants. That's you, okay. Power substation is going to need something as well, I can already tell you, because it's not working. Hop in, retain you, yes, give me back, deploy, break off, auto drive. So we take the first left and then the right. See that things are glowing. That means we can interact with them. The game wants us to use the crane truck to lift these debris and put it on a secondary truck and have them take it where we need it. Hang off on that until we see what exactly it is we need. Because, okay, this road's not that bad. Some rocks, not terrible. Just trash. Oops, rock. it? There it is. We made it.
If we can get the gas power plant running again, we can get juice to the whole region. Plot a route from Mbala to the plant, and our maintenance crew will do the rest.
Alright, so we gotta plot another route. So it has to be to here. Not where we're at. Here. Okay. So it has to be from Mbala? What? Let's... Trap open. Where's the... Yes, I want to plot that route. Start plotting. Oh, it's from here. Okay. Sure. I thought we were going to go from the center of the city, but okay. So we know how this works. There's rocks here. Trying to avoid them. I think the hardest part... Yes, right up ahead. There's rocks here. Straight ahead from here, okay. I don't know what that sound was for, but it was for something. Delete last point. Just make you go fucking straight. There we go. Statue of goals. Let's see if this works. Spectate. Should have no problem for like 90% of it. It's that last little section that we didn't scout with our vehicle that might have a little issue. Oh, there's a broken piece of pipe out there. So we're not going to get power around. You can see it glowing in the background. Aha, perfect. Up, and the car is driving itself. I just realized there is no driver. That's cool. The future is now, as they say. Good, it's clearing a lot of those. Fuck that branch. Alright, this is the Ooh, that's a deep rut. Oh. How bad is this? Not terrible. Alright. I think the puddle up ahead is probably a lot worse. Beautiful. In you go. They're still going. So we just get money by having this one left on. Okay, cool.
Looks like we have a problem at the gas power plant. The pipeline seems to have sprung a leak. Or 5. The crew have narrowed it down to the gas distribution substation. It got beaten up pretty good by the storm. How about you take a drive and check it out?
Yeah, you can see the red lines. We have to go. We need to take a crane truck with us to yank off the broken pipe and replace it with new pipes. The how do you say issue is that we don't have any new pipes. Actually, do we have new pipes? I don't know if these count as new pipes. So the best way I found to do this is... Do we have any... Actually, I don't think we have the vehicle for this yet. No. Okay. So what we're gonna have to do is we'll fill this one up with the pipes, and then we'll have to have it follow our crane truck here, so that we can have this one rip out the old pipe, and then we'll drag the new pipe in there, similar, kind of like what we did with the retaining wall in the last the last level. That's really this same level just before the storm. And we'll do that. But that's gonna be next time. I'm just gonna go around and I'm gonna fix this road so that we can get this infrastructure working. Then I'm also gonna drag a whole bunch of resources here so that we can get the pipes running. We know we need at least 2 that I can see. We can also go to infrastructure, go to pipes, and you see here's a bad one. So we need 3, it looks like, maybe more, but the only way to really know it is to drive close enough for it to pop up on your map. And I'll do this off screen and show you essentially how to do this. But that's going to be next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Till then.